chase the ideas I only dream about. I ruminate until the room spins. You run for miles while I take a pit stop. My mind keeps running, it won't stop. You've shown me what living can feel like. I still exist when nobody's around. You've shown me what loving can be like, and it makes me scared to leave my heart alone. So tired, we're both so tired, even though we're running separate races. So tired, but we still push on and hold each other up, finding the same pace. You sit alone and feel the sun on your face. I make people laugh, but deep down just wanna break. You go for coffee by yourself each day, but I see an empty chair and wish you didn't treat me that way. You've shown me what silence can feel like, and the 3 a.m. questions become a dream. You've shown me what loving can be like, when an untouched heart embraces everything. So tired, we're both so tired, even though we're running separate races. So tired, but we still push on and hold each other up, finding the same pace, finding the same pace. The other side, a shift of perspective. Lend me a part of you, and I'll give you a part of me, and you'll say my name, 'cause even when you're tired, I'll be there. So tired, we're both so tired, even though we're running separate races. So tired, but we still push on and hold each other up. But we're so tired, we're both so tired, even though we're running separate races. So tired, but we still push on and hold each other up, finding the same pace, running the same race, finding the same pace. But we still push on and hold each other up. For you I would run.
Hello, and welcome to the first installment of OPAL Radio, a series where I delve into my favorite thing ever, independent artists and their music. It seems that I'm on my podcast grind, but don't worry, singing is still my first love. I go by Your Friend Grace, and today I am joined by Abrol and Ren. Abrol and Ren are independent artists hailing from Irvine, California, who specialize in genres such as folk, rock, alternative, indie pop, and when they come together, pop punk and high energy. So welcome Abrol and Ren to OPAL Radio.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
So happy to have y'all here. When I thought of doing this series, I knew that I had to have you guys on just because I love collectives, I love duos, and I especially love collectives that are really, really close in real life. I feel like that just really adds to the music, and just through like your guys' content, I can just really see that y'all are the best of friends, and I love that so much. I really do. So, all right, we'll get it started with our first question. So you guys can answer these individually if you want, or I'm sure, with your natural chemistry, you guys can kind of bounce off of one another. But so pretty general question, how did each of you first start in music?
Ooh, you should start. Okay. We have similar, I think, discoveries.
Okay, so we've always
like loved music and have tried writing music. I never like finished a song because I never believed in myself. But we met like people online that made music and inspired us to do it too. Like finally, like, oh, like if they can do it, maybe we can too. So it was nice to like kind of look up to them on the way. But for me and Lauren, like, we just like met in class and like made a joke about making music, and then all of a sudden it like kind of happened.
Yeah, it was like perfect timing for both of us, because I feel like we both really always loved music, always been such a big part of our lives. Like, we were both theater kids throughout like our childhoods and up into like high school.
Exposed.
Yeah, we're theater kids.
Ooh, that's amazing.
And yeah, just like Pri said, like I would write a bunch of songs and lyrics, but I would always be too self-conscious, or I felt like I didn't have enough experience to put anything out for real. Also, I didn't realize that anyone could produce music and put it on Spotify. Like, I didn't know that was a thing until I met Priya. And then we like met all these people through the internet, and we started to talk to different people, whether they be producers and people who were just doing what we want to do.
Really good engineers.
Yeah, like really inspiring people. And then I just kind of worked that both of us were also in, I think, periods of our lives where we had a lot to write about too. So we were really excited about what we were making, and it made it even easier to like push ourselves forward and also encourage each other, I think, as friends to do what we love. So
yes. Oh, definitely. I love how you mentioned connecting with people on the internet, because we're all about that over here as well. Lots of Discord, I'm sure, lots of just Instagram and all that good stuff. Like, you can really just run into some amazing people that way. So my second question is, how specifically, as two independent female artists, how has navigating the music world been, just, on this journey that you guys are kind of on?
I have bad stories.
You have bad stories?
Yeah.
Well, it's a story.
Okay. Well, it's great being a girly girl, but I feel like I've been told that, like, oh, you're a girl, like, you make music, you could, like, probably make really good TikToks and get famous that way. You should take advantage of that. Like, you have privilege for that. And whatever. So I guess that makes us a little bit different. I have to finally get the energy to do that. But recently I've been experiencing like some weird things, like some weird producers that like try to get you like in by saying they'll produce your music, and then they start acting creepy. There was some married guy that was doing that, and I know he was married, and it was really weird. And there was some dude that my friend introduced me to, and I'm just kind of like, you know what? We need more female producers.
Yeah, it's really apparent.
Yeah.
100%. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I definitely feel it.
Yeah, it's hard to like find the confidence and motivation too, because as like a new artist, you don't know what your like genre is yet, or what your style is, or like what they call it your brand. Like you don't know who you want to sell yourself as, and especially like you're young, you're in college, you're a girl, people are kind of putting you in boxes and telling you like, oh, what you should do. And it's also, being on the internet is great because you connect with people, but I think you also tend to like start comparing yourself, which is like what I do all the time. So like one day I'm like, oh, well, I'm confident that I can kind of brand myself and push myself as this type of artist, but then it's like, but what if they want to see this? And so I think like starting off also, it's hard to promote yourself when you don't really know who you are yet. So for me, actually, with my first album, I kind of made that my thing, where I was kind of like, oh, don't perceive me, like I don't know who I am, like don't read too far into this, like I don't know either type thing. But yeah, it's hard to like find your groove at first, especially as a female artist, I think.
I 100% agree. There's definitely almost like this guard that you kind of have to have up, in the sense, like, I know, the mentioning of, different producers or people that might approach you, kind of like offering you, quote unquote, the world, but, so definitely being aware of that. And especially, I feel like as females, we've kind of, in pop media, you kind of see these archetypes that certain females might fill. and it's like, maybe like I could be like that, or, you know, but then it's like, but I also want to be me at the same time, you know? So yeah, definitely agree with that. So my next question, for each of you, what is a major lesson you've learned in your creation? It could be something that you learned like when you were starting off, or something that you're trying to learn currently.
For me, I think the biggest lesson, or maybe more of like something that I was kind of like exposed to and more open to, is just how, even if you're a beginner, don't be afraid to start producing your own shit. Like, of course, at first it's gonna be bumpy, and like my first couple singles, I did all on my own, and
they're gas.
I mean,
Yes.
no,
I
listened back and
you were on my Spotify Wrapped. Continue.
oh my god. Like, I listen back and I'm like, oh, there's so much to learn, but also you can kind of like hear the progress, I think, too. So it's really been inspiring to like create my own things, like production wise, not just songwriting wise, because of course I love songwriting. I mean, that's my like one passion in life, I think. But the production, that's been really eye-opening to me. And like I'm even considering maybe taking like audio engineering classes, or kind of going for it. So I think for me, that was the one like lesson, is just like, don't be afraid to like dive in, even if you're a beginner and don't really know anything, because you will learn something. And then there's always so much more room to grow, and it's exciting.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Exactly. Yes, I'm excited for you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think I learned to really just make it your music and not think too much about like, oh my god, someone's gonna think this, or someone told me that they didn't like this. I like changed a lyric in one of my songs to like something nicer, so people like wouldn't think I was like mean because I was overthinking it, and like I regret it now. Or I shortened songs because I was told they were too long, and I'm trying to be like, that's hard to figure out which voice is yours and which voice is like everyone else. But I think the best thing I learned about songwriting and making music is like how like magical it is, which is such a me thing to say, but I knew that art was magical, and I have lots of like art that I love to do, like painting, I like writing and whatever. But when you sit down and like you just feel like you have to grab your guitar, and then all of a sudden this entire song pours out, and it doesn't even feel like you wrote it. It feels like the song wrote you. And you sit there staring at it, and you're like, whoa, that was insane. Like, I don't even feel like I wrote any of my own songs. They just kind of came out like that. And whether I was sitting on the toilet or sitting on my best songs are toilet songs.
Really? Wow. I find shower for me. Like, I've literally, there's been moments where I literally, like, run out of the shower, like, cut my shower short. I'm a long shower person, unfortunately. So I'll literally cut them short to, like, run out and write down ideas. So, yeah, that's amazing.
I wrote EXO in the shower.
Oh, my God, you did?
Yeah, and then my phone almost broke, but anyways.
Just take it in the shower with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's worth it.
I love it. I love that song.
Like, are good here anyway.
I wanted to ask specifically about PRERUN. So I'm so interested to know, how long did that take you guys to create?
3 months, less than 3 months.
Wow.
We're insane. I don't know why we did that. We were like, hey, let's release. Okay, here's what happened. We were like, your birthday is November 12th. My birthday is March 16th. So technically, isn't it kind of like July 14th is exactly between our birthdays? It's a PRERUN like between our names. And I don't know if that's like accurate, but that's what we did. And then because we like got obsessed with that date, then we were like, we have to finish it.
Oh my god,
deadline. It was so stressful at the end. Oh my god, we were doing like all-nighters with our engineer, and
but there were also moments that weren't stressful. Like I know during the spring break, literally I was gonna say that. In March we had like our spring break for school, and we just spent one day at this park, and we wrote probably like 4 songs. And
we power.
Yeah.
Not written there, but
we got the ideas.
We played the first full voice memo of it. Yeah. For like 4 songs.
Just, finding chords and just like humming melodies, and it was really peaceful. And we sat there for hours. I was like all sunburned at the end of the day.
Oh wow.
We did like 3 of the songs.
Yeah.
3 songs that we didn't use are Lemonade, 24, and I forgot what the other one was.
Exposing. They might be released someday.
Something else.
Ooh, yes, I want to hear them. Are you guys like a fan of deadlines? Like, just in general? Like, do you find that it helps you to kind of just like grind, or?
For me, like, for my first album and for PRERUN, like, I think it was good because it was like my first time really putting out music, so I feel like it was good to have deadlines. And also for my first singles, like, I released them all on the first Friday of every month, and I think that was good to like keep myself motivated. But I think like the more music I make, like, I'm like, okay, I have stuff out now, I said what I need to say. Now I'm just ready to like work until I'm satisfied, and then figure out when release is going to happen. I just found that it's like putting less pressure, and then it's like I'm less likely to be just like, it's good enough, and settle for something that I don't necessarily love. So I'm like done settling, I'm done with deadlines.
That's another, like, being a woman in industry is like, you don't want to be like a problem, like you don't want to be like an inconvenience. I always feel so bad, like, giving my engineer notes, like, I'll be like, I'm sorry, you're the best, thank you so much, thank you. And it's like, I'm like, but it's because we're not taught to be like, this is what I want. We're taught if we do that we're like bossy or annoying or whatever. So that's another thing, but
that's very true.
Meanwhile, it's like, I know some like male artists who are like, I gave like 50,000 notes. I was like, this sucks. Like, go back and do it all over again. And it's like, but as females, as females, it's just like, oh, like, I'm sorry. I've said I'm sorry so many times. Like, it's like embarrassing. So no more saying sorry, I would say.
I think I've unsend more messages to my engineer than I send. Like,
oh, you're like, never mind. I feel bad.
So serious. And I really hope he has his Instagram notifications off.
No,
it's
like
he's just being gracious to me.
But unsending messages.
The unsend feature is just really, it's really dangerous. Like,
okay, but for deadlines, were you done?
Yeah, I mean, the deadlines are a blessing and a curse. I think it's good initially to just be like, do it, because obviously, like we were just saying, how we always wanted to put out music but never really had the guts to. So I think initially it was like, let's get a deadline. But now it's like we feel a little bit more comfortable, we have we're getting in the groove, I guess. So it's like now we can wait until we're satisfied. Or we should wait until we're satisfied, and if we're not, we should work until we love what we're creating. Nothing is worse than like not absolutely loving what you create. I'm such a what's the word? Like, I always do that. I'm a perfectionist, and then I'll like listen back like a month later and be like, oh no.
She'll come up to me like every week, I'm deleting Perspective, I'm re-recording Erica. I hate confidence so
I I hate it all, but
bro, don't talk about my favorite
I'm
album
proud of it, but I don't like it.
No, I understand. For sure.
Well, like, for deadlines, that's like the same thing about like it has to be a motivation thing, but then I also don't want to stress myself out, so it's a hard line because I don't want to be like, ooh, you need to be working harder or you're working too hard. But now I'm thinking I need to set deadlines based on like the feeling of what I'm saying, because I want to have like a cohesive story for each album, and it usually like coincides with my life. I've been trying to make up some stories recently. That's fun. Like Taylor.
I love doing that. I love doing that.
But I want it to all fall under this like same umbrella of some big theme that I'm trying to say. And it's like right now in this time of my life, like this is what I really want to say. Like if I could scream something to the world, it'd be like this album or whatever, this theme. And so I want to get that out before I have something else to scream. It won't be as great to like. It it'll look bottled up and fizzed a little, and then it's not as satisfying.
Right. It's like, you know, it could take months and months and months for a song that you're writing now to come out, and then by then, who knows where your mind's gonna be? Who knows? Like, the feeling could change.
You've
like,
lost the art too. You've lost like the magic to it. Right. I feel like a little bit.
Right. So, there's definitely something special when like the songs that you put out still like coincides with like your current energy. So yeah, definitely agree. So my last question for both of you is, so one, if you could pick one either song or artist that has really just influenced you like across the board, and then any aspirations for the future. It could be like, you know, next week, next month. It could be going into 2023. So,
yep. You know what you're gonna say?
Oh my gosh.
I can go first.
You should go first.
I love Taylor Swift. I would die for Taylor Swift. I was telling Polly a story about me being in the bathroom when I was 8 years old, asking my dad to download more Taylor Swift on my pink MP3 player. And I've loved her since then. And I don't know, I love her writing. I just think she's so smart. And when you analyze her lyrics, it's like so philosophical and gets down to like these like themes, like these important things. Yep. So she's like really meaningful to me and inspires like all my writing. And my dad made me love music. My mom introduced me to writing, so them too. But what was the second part of the question?
Like aspirations, for the future.
The future. There's this little cafe at my favorite beach, and I love it there. And they gave me like a business card to like call the manager to see if we could perform there for like a 2-hour like set or whatever. And I just have the business like in the backpack for like the last like 2 months, and floating around. So I need to just call them, and that's like that's my music goal. That. Plus, I'm working on my album right now.
Of course, stay tuned for PRERUN too. Oh my gosh,
it's brutal right now. It's really brutal.
I know parts of it, and it's utterly amazing. I don't even have words actually. Dead ass. I'm excited. I don't even know when it's coming out though, so don't ask me.
Excited.
I do.
Okay, and then me, oh gosh. So my favorite artist for the longest time was Rex Orange County. I know. I think he's a great writer though, regardless of everything. So I feel like I definitely take inspiration from him. But also I love Phoebe Bridgers. Kind of like I said about Taylor, like I think that her lyrics, there's so much depth to them, and it's like there's like a literal meaning, but then you can kind of read deeper into it, and there's a more metaphorical, or I liked it with my own lyrics. I think with my new stuff, I really like recently have been loving Fiona Apple, and like her more experimental stuff I think is really cool. It's kind of giving like Steve Lacy vibes. Like she'll just kind of like start making animal noises.
That's another one of your inspirations, Steve Lacy.
Yeah, I have so many. I feel it's hard for me because like Priya has like Taylor is her like her god.
I have some other little side dishes. You got a buffet.
I do have a buffet. I have like a pretty evenly dispersed buffet.
I like got a whole pizza, and then I got like some like little croutons and like
some little like garlic knots.
Maybe like a little like. A little soda.
Oh
my god, the sick is coming out. Okay.
And then for goals, I mean, I also want to do live performance. I think that would be amazing. I used to do a lot of open mics back in Germany. My dad, we called him like a stage dad. He would drag me all around to open mics. I was like 13 years old performing at bars and stuff. Like it was fun though. I think it was good. It was good practice for me, like with my stage presence and confidence. So I want to get back into that, like just you know going for it and performing live. And now I have my own music to perform, which is like always more special. And then I am working on my second album, but you know, I feel like, as I said, I want to kind of take my time with it and really love it. But yeah, really excited for what's to come in the next year.
For sure. I'm super excited for both of you. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I'm so glad I got to sit down and chat with you guys. Wish you the best of luck. Make sure to stream Abrol and Ren on all streaming platforms, as well as PRERUN, their recent duo record. It is everything and more. I love it so much. But yeah, this has been OPAL Radio. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1 of OPAL Radio. I had an absolute amazing time talking to Ren and Abrol. Super cool to know them. They're the best of friends, and I absolutely love their energy. Can't wait to see what they do in the near future and beyond. I'm so excited for them. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye!